Today we will be configuring the Sony LR1 camera that comes with the FreeFly Astro to take the best possible images. These settings should always be double checked prior to flying at any new site to verify that everything is set up properly. As well, the weather changing should prompt you to change your camera settings depending on how long you are out in the field on any given day. The way we start out is by going into the camera settings and setting the camera mode to photo, exposure mode to manual, and ISO to auto. These three settings should never change, as you should always remain in photo, manual, and auto for ISO in order to properly take photos for survey missions or linear missions. For the first setting that should change depending on weather and time of day would be your shutter speed. Depending on the light conditions you're dealing with, you should ideally have higher speed on sunny days while not going past 2000 and 1000 shutter speed for cloudy and overcast days. On the darker days or later in the day without as much light, going down to 800 isn't the worst thing to do and can help if 1000 is too high of a speed still. After your shutter speed is set, you can change the aperture value. Your aperture is inverse to what the values read, i.e., the higher your aperture value, the less light you're letting into the camera. The lower it is, the more light you're letting into the camera. So, if you're flying at noon on a bright and sunny day in July, then your aperture should be a higher number of about 6. If you have a darker and overcast day, your aperture should be shooting to be around 4. On this day, it was cloudy weather, but I was still getting decent light, so I set it to the medium of 5 for aperture value. Your next setting will be your white balance for the camera. This setting is really easy and simply needs to be set to daylight or cloudy depending on the conditions. Usually, you should keep it daylight even if there are clouds present, so long as they are few or scattered. So the idea is to set this setting for what the majority of the flight will be. On this day, it was between scattered and broken, with the weather changing to overcast, so I just set it to cloudy. The last settings would be your image storage set to external USB, image size set to large, JPEG quality set to fine, and your picture profile off. All of these settings should remain the same every time you fly. The last setting that you should double check would be your focus mode. Setting it to infinity is one step, but the next will be for you to take off. Once off the ground and over the area and height that you'll be taking photos of, you can click the box in the center right and then click directly in the center of your screen to focus the camera on this area. This should set your focus for the entire flight. Do not click anywhere else on the touchscreen, as that can change your focus throughout the flight. Once completed with all of these settings, you can take off directly from where your drone is flying if you already preloaded the mission onto the Astro, and begin collecting data right away. Remember these settings and your photos will come out looking much better than if everything was set to auto, giving you clearer and finer detailed images for each flight.